When I lace up my shoes to go for a run, I lace up the shoes of ghosts from a lifetime ago. When I strap on my watch, it transports me back to a different time, a time when my ghosts were alive, when we interacted and all faced the same unknown future. When I step out onto the road, they are there. Todd hobbles along, a prosthetic left leg replacing the one he lost when he was a little boy. Tim is there, and he is strong, able to keep up with no trouble thanks to the endless hours he spent in a pool as a high school swimmer. Melissa is there, especially when I run trails and have to be careful about picking my feet up high to avoid rocks and roots. We called it the Stork Walk in 1992, and it was necessary back then because our legs and feet were emaciated by the drugs designed to save us. Janet is there with her runner's body, telling me about her children who are close to my own age, asking me how I am feeling and whether or not I am experiencing any pain. When I run with her, I am not. Finally, there is Dr. Alex Kufus. He is big and slow, but keeps churning on alongside me, whispering into my ear that my heart is strong and that I need to keep pushing forward, that the finish line is within reach. I've run with my ghosts on the back roads in rural Ohio, cutting through corn and soybean fields. I've run with them through the curving, hilly roads of southwest Connecticut, where I live now. I've run with them in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, as rain was pounding down on me. I've run with them on the beaches of the Florida Gulf Coast and on the sidewalks of Traverse City, Michigan. I've run with them on the desert plains of north central Texas in late July. I've run with them in a foot of snow in February, through a cemetery and an arboretum in Worcester, Ohio, and on those paths in the summer with my son and daughter as we raced a 5K race together. I've run with them in the cold morning air of Indiana just hours before my grandpa's funeral. I've run with them on the streets of Akron during a marathon where they pushed me forward toward a finish line that sat in the shadow of Akron Children's Hospital, where we all came together a quarter century ago, where I was saved and they were not. I cling to my ghosts because they tie me to those days when my life was in the balance. It's a time I am continually drawn to as I try to understand more about my own life and how it was shaped by a random, or perhaps not, blip on my DNA. A chance mutation that threw everything into chaos. They were there in that chaotic time, suffering through their own chaotic lives, and I find myself thinking about them all the time. And yet, I often realize I know so little about them, as well as myself.